So I was on a cruise. I'm in Eva. I'm in my white car. I haven't gotten out of the car and looked yet, but currently nothing is shifting. Um, I put it in gear. I let the clutch out. Nothing happens. Engine's fine, but something went clunk and now it won't move. So I'm gonna look at the car, see what just disconnected or exploded, and yeah, that's cool. Okay, on further inspection of the car, I don't know if I'm screwed or not, but it's not good. So you come over here, everything's fine. And you come down here, and it disconnected, which would make sense on why it's not working. All right, so this is my toolkit for this car. I've never had to use Allen keys, so I don't know if this will work. I'm sure I have the right size. Maybe, who knows? But we come up under here. It looks like those bolts are okay. It looks like all those are okay for the most part. Maybe these two are a little beat up, but the rest of them seem pretty all right. So I'm gonna put them back in for now and hopefully get home with this, and then maybe put some Loctite on that when I get home. You know, something people never, ever show or talk about with their old cars is the problems they have. I'm not afraid of that. I will show you how bad I struggle driving this car. With being 60, maybe 50 miles, I don't know how actual far I am. I'm pretty far from the house. But with that, I'm in like the middle of nowhere, right? I have limited tools, so I don't even know if this will work. I might just get these back in temp and then try and get to a gas station or something to see if I can get the transmission to move. I don't even know if that's the whole issue. I just saw that and thinking maybe it's just not moving, so who knows? I have no idea. But as you see, I don't have an Allen key. I have this. I have a flat head and a socket on my ratchet. So we're gonna try and put that back in with this. I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. Well, that one threaded back in. It's a pretty good start. And that one threaded in, and that one threads in. I think this really did all that baloney. And I think what happened here is that they really just unthreaded. That is so wild that that happened. Out of all the things that could have broke, at least it was something that I could fix. Because I don't even have service right now to call and get anybody to come get this car. I don't have anybody to get the car. I'd have to like have someone come pick me up, go grab my truck, grab my trailer, come get the car, and that'd be an all-day thing to bother other people. But you know, I can just sit here and suffer all day and not bother anybody instead. It's actually quite peaceful out here. This is exactly what I needed, guys. Just to sit in my car, fix it. Yeah, this is fun. Okay. So it seems like if I can get this in there, it's kind of working, but not really. You know, guys, heart to heart, I'm gonna have to get new bolts. I just stripped those out. But seriously, heart-to-heart moment, this is why it is really hard to make content. This thing is always giving me problems, and it's not even its fault. It's just, what was that? Oh. It's really hard to keep all of my cars running and driving and on the road. I have 4 of them, 4 cars, and I'm one person. I think I should downsize. I'm gonna sell this car, honestly. All right, it's on there. It's good. Not really. It's kind of good. It's half good. It's go. It is go. It's go ready, guys. It's not good. It's only half good, so it's go. It's go. Hey, half good means go, baby. That's gonna be my new car slogan. It's half good. Half good means go. We're good to go. Okay. In gear. Hey, it fixed it. So that's our issue. Thanks for coming to my experience fixing that. Okay. We seem to be good. We got a half tank of fuel. We've driven about 150 something miles today, and now we gotta drive, I would give or take, another 60 all the way home. Let's see if our temp repair job holds up. I'm gonna be driving so freaking careful. Repair it. That was a plus, you know. A lot of the times if stuff breaks in this car, I have nothing to repair it with, and it's because the part breaks. No part is broken, and it's running really good. It's just unscrewed itself. So now I'm going to Loctite that, replace some of those bolts since I stripped them, and get the right tool for it, and keep that in the car from now on. All right, and now that Eva's back in the shop and we got her all fixed up, we did end up taking all those bolts out, putting Loctite on them and putting them all back in. I checked all the other drive shaft bolts and they were fine. That was a really weird breakdown that happened. But the reason I've been driving this thing like crazy lately and not doing a lot of film is I've been trying to work out all the kinks with this car and get her ready to go on a road trip. So I've been wanting to go up to the Arctic Circle for a really long time now. And I have some time off and this car has been doing really well. So I'm going to be taking Eva all the way up to the Arctic Circle. Yeah, I know, it's a really bad idea, and she could strand me in the middle of the Alaskan wilderness. It's not super, super cold yet up there. I think it's like in 40s, maybe the high 30s if it's really cold. But I should be able to drive up there and drive back in the same day, so I don't have to stay up there, do anything super crazy. It's like a 5-hour drive up there, and I've taken these kind of road trips before, driving all the way down to Anchorage, doing an event, and then driving all the way back up. And those have been like 15, 16-hour days. This should only be like a 12-hour day. It's not that bad. So the reason I want to take this road trip is this car has barely any miles on it. It's only got 836 miles on it since I built the car. When I picked this car up in New York City a couple years ago, it only had 0 miles on it. This thing's not driven at all. This thing has not been driven. I mean, I think they drove it around a little bit, like in their driveway when they were trying to build it, but like they never put it on the road. So finally, I have this car on the road. It is good. It is driving. It's tuned. It's not giving me as many problems as it used to. I rebuilt the motor. I've got everything kind of tuned. Everything's broken in. We should be good to go. Now, the reason I'm taking on a road trip and the reason I'm being kind of like, I'm trying to make as much video as possible with this car is because I'm considering selling the car. This is not a platform I can do things I want to do with it. Like, I want to take it to the drift track. Like, it's super sketchy doing that because if I wreck this car, I cannot replace it. It's not like I can get a new panel for it. It's not like I can rebuild it. It's just gone. If I wreck this car, it's gone. Nothing I can do about it. So we're going to do some simple videos with it, kind of get through and do some more, and then we're going to try and sell the car because I want to do other things, and this thing is a very expensive piece of equipment. And I do want to build other cars, want to build other things. Like being here in wintertime in Alaska, we have an entire winter where I can't even use the car. So we're going to try and sell it, and we're going to try and do other things like maybe get some snowmobiles or build some other weird thing to use out here in the snow. So we're going to prep Eva for the road trip up to the Arctic Circle today. all we're really gonna do is change the oil, go through the maintenance stuff. We're gonna put some protectors on the wheel wells to make sure all of the rocks don't chip it and wreck anything. I've got some gas cans back there we're gonna fill up. So this is about a 300-mile trip. We can only go about 200 plus miles with the car, depending on how much I'm beating on her. So hopefully that it's not too cold, because this thing doesn't have heat. It doesn't have anything crazy in here. You know, it's barely got the functions of driving down, let alone comforts. This has no comforts, and it is super rough ride. So we're gonna be driving 5 hours up and 5 hours back, and this is gonna be my road trip with Eva before I decide to sell the car. And this is kind of my deciding factor too. If she gives me a lot of problems on this road trip, I'm probably just gonna sell her. And maybe if I fall in love with the car again, maybe I keep her, I don't know. But this is going to be that road trip that decides her fate. All right, so Eva is pretty much packed up. We have a bunch of vice grips and grabbers and such. We have our tow strap, some cleaning material, a regular toolbox, all of our electrical stuff, because this thing has an electrical nightmare problem. We got some oil back there, some cleaning supplies, extra fuel filters. We got extra fuel, survival bag, cover in case this thing does not hold out water. So in case it gets rained on, we have that cover. And the only thing we're really missing is some extra tires, which we don't have. But I'm gonna bring my battery box too in case this thing quits on me. We have our wheel well covers, so in case you get on some bad gravel roads, it doesn't completely chip all of the fiberglass and make this thing all destroyed. Our motor is pretty much the best shape she's ever been in. I know she looks dirty, but she's in the best shape she's ever looked, and I'm gonna tear her into the carb right now and just get her tuned and get her ready for that high elevation, and I'm probably gonna change the oil real quick. But other than that, Eva is ready to go on her road trip to the Arctic Circle.